Can we talk about something else sometime soon? I mean, seriously, this is just going on and on and on. And it kind of reminds me how incredibly naive some people in the industry are sometimes. I have skipped my intro again, folks, because sometimes I just got to remind myself we're not exactly stupid, are we? No, we're not. In fact, honestly, I will say this to people who are watching this video. A lot of you pretty much don't know half of what I'm about to say because you're all from a very different point of view than just anime conventions. You're basically coming down from all of a sudden the Broly movie came out. But I would like to connect a few more dots before I get to that point, which is fine. You don't all have to be super otaku, weeaboo, crazy people. Really, you don't. I'm a gamer. But as such, I would like to remind you to like, share, and subscribe this video so other people will know my great gaming ideas put into this industry of anime. And I don't mean Jump Force. Seriously, when am I going to get a sponsorship deal with all this brisk iced tea I'm drinking? Any event, let me get down to the point. This is going to try to be short, sweet, to the point, although this might take a little while. I'm going to skip the whole hashtag kickvic, hashtag animegate thing, because you've already been there. We've already had this conversation. Yes, I know what Jamie Marcy said, and allow me to make this very clear before I go in any more detail about what I'm about to say. I don't care who you are, or what you're supposed to be about, or if you're a guest, fan, industry, artist alley, or vendor, whatever. If you advocate violence on anybody in this industry, you don't need to be at a convention, period. At all. Not once. So yeah, I hate to say this to Rhea Scrimmery. I've never really talked to them, so I don't know anything but what they said about Vic Mignogna. Bye, Felicia. We don't need you. I'm just saying straight up. That's the first time I've ever said that about anybody. Unless you're John Lay. Then yeah. But we'll get to that point another day, folks. I'm here to talk about the Be There hashtag specifically. Oh boy, here we go with the drinking again. By the way, if anyone can find me some alcoholic beverages that don't cost $5 in this city, I'd love to. Literally, I have to go happy hour half the time to find anything of the sort. I only drink like once or twice a week, at most. Somebody watching this video better not try to get me drunk at another convention, and they know who they are. Anyway, to the point. The hashtag BeThere tag has basically been around. For those who don't know, John Swayze and Britley Kowalski, two anime voice actors in that. And this is an industry that, by the way, I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I've heard a lot of what Funimation is doing. Unfortunately, that's not going to stop a lot of these people from getting work. Basically, they came out on a video and they said, you know what, we're all nerds, we all geeks and stuff. We should get along and try to help each other, not fight against ourselves. Well, I will applaud the message. The timing is suspicious. Mainly because these people are also voice actors for Funimation. And allow me to say this now. I don't care particularly very much for Funimation at all since basically 1998. Yeah, I know they do Dragon Ball Z, but I don't really care about Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball, the original version, but not Dragon Ball Z. And that's fine. Because a lot of you are coming off of the Dragon Ball Z fandom again. But the hashtag also seems to come out at a time where it's just a little bit wrong. Now let me explain something. That is not the problem I see with this. The fact that they put it out with the Vic Mignogna thing is not the issue. The issue is, ladies and gentlemen, we've been doing this since I started going to conventions. That would be in 2005. So I know for a fact we all have done this many a times over. We've all been here. In fact, this year is going to be convention year 15. Not, of course, next year is 16 because year one is 2005. Year blah, blah, blah. You can do the math. I know it's crazy, but it's like I was a rookie in 2005, and now this is my 15th season. Make of that as you will. I just want to get down to the idea that this has been going on since that's happened, since 2005. I've been to a lot of conventions, and I've talked to a lot of people, and we've been through a lot of good times and bad times together. I will not argue that this hashtag is definitely really factual. I will not argue that this hashtag has been truthful since a long time ago, and I will not argue this hashtag needs to be reiterated again. I will, however, argue with the timing of John Swayze and Brittany Karbowski's letter to the universe, and I will also argue that I'm a gamer, okay? I come from a world of wins and losses, victory and defeat, and a hell of a lot of trash talk. Once you get into an arcade, you will hear about how we don't like to... We are respectful, but we're not going to help each other out. We're going to try to kick each other's butts into something. Pretty simple. Try me in a Capcom vs. SNK 2 with S-Groove. Yeah, I paused for a reason. Still waiting for that challenge. Seriously, though. In my world, it's wins and losses, victory and defeat. So what that means is, and I come from a point where be there is not as big of a deal for me. That's a fact, and I think most people will kind of feel like, now it's getting a little bit more apprehensive because of the whole Vic Mignogna thing. I don't like that fact. I believe the be there hashtag indeed should mean something to people. It's not a big deal for me, I admit that, but let's be honest. If it weren't for guys like Jesse Versico, if it weren't for guys like, I'll just drop the name Musashi X, look him up on YouTube. If it weren't for guys out there watching my back, like, I can't say his name out loud, he won't let me. If it weren't for guys like Sefi Hakubi, particularly, I would not be where I am right now in the convention world or anywhere else. I would be stuck pretty much back in the days playing my PlayStation 2 to Dynasty Warriors, what the heck ever. Now, that does mean that even though I would like to reiterate, I'm a gamer and that's my forte, it doesn't mean I can't cross over to other parts of the universe. I can easily talk about anime just as much as I could gaming, and then I could talk about gaming as much as I could sci-fi and all that. Here's my point. It all started for me on a Sailor Moon fan site. You know, there have been very few internet forums that I've been to since then that have at least tried to be friendly, except for the administration. The administration there sucked. Once a greppy, always a greppy, though. You don't know what greppies are? You know, I'll explain way down the road. But generally speaking, it was there that I finally decided to take a chance and go to anime conventions for the first time. When I got my first computer was 2002, so it's 3 years later. I'm just starting out. I'm going over and I'm looking at the awesome game room. Ooh, free play Keyboard Mania. I love playing Keyboard Mania. I love any rhythm game, but I suck at most of them. That's when I realized how personal some of these voice actors and voice actresses in industry and artists and other types of people have to be in order to get a good repertoire. Thus, the reason why I think, generally speaking, we can talk to each other anyway. We don't need a hashtag for this. I don't really need a hashtag to go ahead and beat down somebody in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. By the way, I'm already at Prestige level 6. I know, it's odd for me to go ahead and sprue that out there. The point is, we've done this before, and I want to go ahead and add on, since I'm here, and the hashtag be there tag is indeed useful. that I said in my last video, which was a rant, I felt sorry for the fans because you guys got caught up in this. You didn't have to take sides. You didn't have to explain yourselves. You just had to have fun. That's what really I'm here for. I'm not here to cause drama. I am here to report some stuff. But you know what? You wanted to enjoy yourselves. And that's what I hope to have happen. However, I will explain why the Be There movement is actually very well represented because of this whole kickvic saga of the animegate. It's because the fans have self-policed the industry by so much in the last month, it impresses me. Remember what I said in my rant, specifically told again by Monica Riel that fans do indeed control the anime industry. And since this moment, all I've seen was video after video after video calling out people from Funimation, calling out people who are voice actors and voice actresses who decided to make themselves more annoying than ever, calling out all these BS people and saying, you know what, we're not going to take this anymore. The only criticism I could say is that certain people who are in the DBZ fandom do not know about the anime community, basically convention scene at large. I will go ahead and say that some people have advocated going to Anime Matsuri because they have not canceled Vic Mignogna's appearance there. Please do not try to go to Anime Matsuri. God help me, it's not just because of the Lolita thing, and yes, I understand that was important to some people. It's because John Lay is a complete douche canoe anyway. So I want to get that out of the way right then and there. It's not always going to be sunshine and roses with some of these conventions, guys. I hate to say this, but just because somebody keeps a guest you like doesn't mean it's worth it. Trust me. On that same note, the time that this dropped also was very suspicious to me about the hashtag animegate, hashtag kickvic, as this not only seemed to happen during the Brawly movie, but also right as Anime Matsuri announced Vic Mignogna. And so I'm kind of curious about the timing to that. Is that a police officer? No. Again, the wonders of low-budget YouTube profiles. But in all seriousness, what I've been seeing, though, has been some of the greatest 2 months of fan work I think I've ever seen. And that's not a hyperbole. I'm not even going by just because you go to anime conventions and you do this and you have all these artists and vendors and all that. I mean, generally people who are just fans, who just take a look at everything and present it as what they see. Not trying to skew everything like CNN, not trying to call it some kind of social justice problem like a lot of people would on YouTube, like the Amazing Lucas, but the general honest to goodness fans aren't trying to get into a little bit of a fight. They're just trying to present the facts and call it how it is, forgetting all this other drama. And if recent events and certain people from a certain show on a certain record spoof called Empire at any kind of point, we actually have visible evidence to make a point here. We actually have tangible details of certain things that have happened. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I did not say I totally exonerate Vic Mignogna. I don't know what happened. I don't think it's going to be a big deal with the conventions because I can see the evidence there wasn't really Vic Mignogna harassing anyone. I can understand that. Okay, I've already said it doesn't seem like it's a big flipping deal. However, I will also say I can honestly go through this and say if you're trying to assault anybody, realistically accuse somebody wanting to cause violence, again, you don't need to be at a convention. But we're going to find you now. We've done a great job in the last 2 months of pointing these people out. And I applaud you guys for doing that. I said I felt sorry for you guys, but you guys stepped it up and turned that around to where now I don't feel sorry for you. I feel like you guys understand what's going on and you make good use of it. So bravo to all you guys on YouTube. Honestly, it puts emphasis that I feel so good about the fandom still. I still feel good about going to conventions. I still feel good about making these videos. I still feel good about being there in the universe that This convention scene, by the way, is totally different from anything else. When you think about it, all the rushes to judgment we've had, we've got people who are so level-headed and point-blank saying actual statements. And I don't just mean me. I mean a lot of other people on YouTube, a lot of other people on social media. You guys are the real deal and the real reason this community is strong, and hashtag be there was already a thing before the last few weeks. And I will say this before we go. I am amazed of how much dedication people are about this. Whether you stand on Vic Mignogna's side or not, you have to give hats off to some people. There are lawyers talking about what Vic Mignogna should do. There are fans wanting to donate to his legal fees. There are people up and down telling us exactly what we should be seeing. And let me understand, nobody's always going to get along with everyone else. Hell, I'm pretty sure Greg Ayers hates my guts. I understand that because I call these people out day in, day out. You don't think I call some of these people out? I would like to say, I can't tell you where, but Eric Val, another voice actor, called people dicks in a panel because they didn't want to show up and sit down. I will call people out. You think I won't? I don't care if you like me or not. But on the other end, I have to give props to some people. You know, I sit here and I look at all this as well. And to people who I will give my hats off to, I haven't heard many people like Christopher Ayers complain. You know, I don't know how his health is doing, but again, he's one of the classiest acts in all of anime. You can't find anyone cooler. I'm serious. Blake Shepard, guy I really can hang out with. Next time, though, drinks on you, buddy. Yeah, I bought him a drink last con. He does his own animation studio as on the side. So I know these people in some cases. And it's been a while since I've seen Scott McNeil. I like to call him my Canadian brother. I mean, not really, but he's kind of cool like that. But in all seriousness, through all the conventions and all the things that I've seen, hashtag be there was already here to begin with. And you guys should give yourselves a round of applause and keep it going. Honestly, keep doing what you're doing because it's people like you that make this fandom amazing. Also, give me a sponsorship deal. Doesn't have to be Lipton. I don't care. I just want some extra money, like my PayPal donation at plasmoyer2002@gmail.com. Anyway,